All right. Welcome to FFA Masters League Season 31. This is match number 1. All-American North and Latin American match on Twilight Ruins. And not the best color pick here by Cumulo, but whatever. So we have 4 players in this one. And let me check why my overlay is not working correctly. Let me restart that one. Let me quickly check why it's not working correctly. All right, so we have a match with Super Cumulo, Peruvian human player, and yeah, long-time FML member. Next to him, also human. I think he played random, but I'm not 100% certain of that. Is Peregrine, aka Nightwing, aka Eshan from New York City, and another human, TaKLeFu. Not sure if that's pronounced correctly, but he's from the US also, and was on a long hiatus and just returned after several years without Warcraft 3, and last but not least, the only orc in this game, Donald Trump, here in the south. So spawns, quite nice. At least Cumulo is not required to cross-map Eshan this time. He can just fight him straight up. And yeah, if you see some lags, that's due to the US West server. Blizzard did not provide us with a US East server, so yeah, we have to go with a
player's forces are under attack.
We have to go with the US West one. So normal first creep camp here. It's the old map, the old version of Twilight Ruins, so it's not the new one where Blizzard swapped, for whatever reason, shops with mercamps. So that's so the shop is here in the new version, and some of the creeps are different. The natural creeps are slightly more difficult to creep, which can make a big difference for certain races, like Orc in particular. So you can't really creep it with a Solar Blade Master that easily. Another Archmage here at the top, and a third one here, so no fancy picks so far. Cumulo is known for picking Naga second, or Bloodmage second oftentimes, and would be surprised if he goes for just standard Mountain King here. So I think in almost every previous match that I've seen on this map in particular, he played some interesting second hero. And yeah, Donald will have a hard time to keep his base alive against 3 humans, I believe, so we'll see. He plays Blade Master. And he's in a nice position here. Like, Cumulo seems to... I was expecting Cumulo to rather go north here, so there's a lot of space here at the south. And we have a debate about the second expansions already. So counter clock is not really possible for the second one, since blue would need to take this one and then green can take this one. So blue needs to go counter clock here, and yeah, should work out. I mean, everyone found a second expansion here. But we'll see if blue will aggro against green here, which I think will be a really bad choice, knowing that Cumulo will probably attack him. Yeah. Okay, he's not going for the aggression. I think that's a good call. So nothing unusual here so far. We have 2 humans with footman build and 1 with rifleman. I think this this is one of the few maps where it's really there's really no clear call. Like, you can't really tell whether rifleman or footman build are more it's more efficient. Can both work out pretty well. There are a lot of strong creeps here, but also a lot of creeps that you still can creep with water elementals and footmen. So Eshan went for the shredder here, and I believe Cumulo has one also. Where there is purple's shredder and green did not find a shredder yet. Interesting. Second hero, Mountain King for green, so nothing unusual there. Same for blue. And yeah, Cumulo went for Panda second. Interesting. We've seen some humans trying out Tinker in the last few months, or throughout 2019 at least, since Tinker was heavily buffed. And I think it's really strong, so I'd almost say for humans it might be similarly strong as a Panda second. Panda, like someone like Noex, big fan of Panda second. I think it's something that requires I've seen many weaker human players or more passive human players trying to play something like Panda second, but it seems only the really good ones and the really aggressive ones can pull it off with Panda or Tinker. Like, obviously you don't have a stun, which can be tricky. So you can't really just rely on Hero Arena. You need to fight with armies. You need to kill bases, and that's where the Panda shines in fights against armies. Despite the nerf in 2018, still a very strong hero. And I mean, yeah, got slightly buffed again, but I still think it's a tiny bit weaker than it has been back in 1.28 or 1.26. Level 4 Archmage here, Panda level 3 and gets a Paladin third. Paladin coming here. Interesting base layout here. I'm not sure if I like that. Seems a bit all over the place, this main base. Same for Cumulo though. Farms slightly more spread. I think that's always an issue with farms being too clustered. Like this main base looks best, but I'm not sure if it really, really serves the purpose best to not get destroyed quickly. Like these farms are pretty exposed. So 2 workshops here for blue. So like you already see the difference that this shredder makes. The like blue has 2 sanctuaries, getting upgrades, 2 workshops, while green is just now, like he needed a lot of lumber peasants, and he has 2 griffin aviaries, and I don't know, like he has not many production buildings up. I expected him to have less lumber. I think with this lumber he should have, he gets the 2nd blacksmith now, but I think for most he should get more production buildings. 2 griffin aviaries won't do the job, I think. I mean, unless he wants to push, like if he had pushed immediately, then maybe he could have gotten to 80 with just 2 production, but I think if he's now being up at 5k gold almost, he needs more production buildings, so it will take forever to get up to 100 supply or 80 even, with just 2 buildings here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Interesting bestiary placement here by the orc. Like this main base also pretty interesting. Not that easy to, like, it can be an advantage if your stuff is all over the place, but like these burrows are not really well protected, so I rather like to see these bestiaries a bit farther, like slightly protecting the main base, or the burrows being a bit more spread out here. Okay, green getting the red spot here, so green on 4-2-1, so not the level 3 on the MK that you'd like to have. Level 4 on Archmage here, level, so 4-3-2, it's decent, that's what you, like, I think that's usually what you want to have on this map before starting your first fight. And it seems Cumulo might be getting his heroes up to 4-4-3, which is way superior, actually. Like, not way superior, but it's level 2 Holy Light can be a really huge deal, especially in these human mirrors here. No fancy aura seconds, so he goes for Divine Shield, as it seems. Yeah, and blue, Eshan being on 80 now, I'm curious to see who he's going to attack. 2 tanks here against the Griffins. And yeah, both of his potential enemies are playing Griffins. And yeah, Eshan and Cumulo have a past. Like, I think in the last 2 events he was rushed cross-map by Cumulo, so or backstabbed, so honestly, even if like that alone for me, being like in his position, obviously Cumulo is the strongest enemy that you could face here. Maybe that's a reason not to attack him early. But if you fight someone else, you can expect to be backstabbed. So I wouldn't take that risk being him. And yeah, Simsi is going to attack Cumulo, who is up to 11k gold. So 11k for him. 85, 88. So okay, he's going up to 100, but blue is only up to 1.5k gold. So that's a huge gold disadvantage here for him. 5k for green, who will be up against the Orc as it seems, and the Orc is heavily investing in bets already. So going up to 82, 4k gold. But yeah, interesting that Cumulo managed to get such a gold advantage. Pretty unusual for him to, like, I'd say in a match like this against these players, I wouldn't have expected him to go up to 11k before for getting his first army. On the other hand, he's known for losing his main base at least once. Let's see if he's... Yeah, Llama was hoarding. Who was it? Ooh, and he added some gyros here, but obviously Blizzard and Panda are... like, yeah. Very interesting. Okay, and Cumulo is pumping water here. Water tanks. I guess that's a good call. Like, you don't want to... like, these gyros are dead supply if there's no air. And water tanks best you can get against these tanks and the spell breakers. So ooh, and he's killing the paladin. Wow, that was a very close call here on the Archmage. So Panda has a health stone, needs to use it now. Did not replenish as much of the health pool as I expected, and Cumulo losing every hero here except the Archmage, but he has his entire army still. So yeah, so TP out here for Eshan, who wants to be called Peregrine, but I forget it frequently. Why can't people just stick to their damn nicknames? I don't get it. Yeah, and this is a very scary push here. Oh, and now he's not looking. Could have pulled them quite slightly more, but that was nice betting here. With the towers, he should be able to easily... Wow. Blade Master, 2 claws. Wow, the level up saving the SH. That was super close. I think he could have saved it. And yeah, it's not going for the Mountain King. Yeah, the stream is laggy since it's US West server and I'm not in the US, so it's like roughly 200 ping, I'd say. So it's not the best server that they could have gotten us, but obviously it doesn't make sense to use EU server for Americans. Close call here on the MK. Using the book here, and I guess he's killing the MK, but might be stuck here with the TC. Okay, now he finds his way out. And Tide's turn, so now it's the human here under heavy pressure. Has 4k gold, but he's not pumping. I think that's what he... Yeah, he should use his gold. Like, he has the production buildings now. And Archmage will be back in a second. And I don't think this orc can deal with... like, there are some bets, so I guess he can. But... yeah, that's some nice betting here. Ooh, and he's instantly stunned here. Yeah, it's a vicious attack here by Donald. And we do see the other two humans trading expansions here. And Cumulo, no lumber at all. Okay. He has his shredder still, wasn't killed, but yeah, some heavy lumber issues. And he's 96 supply, while... Okay, no, now he's pumping. Now Eshan is pumping up to 102. Guess he has to. Both of them losing 2 to 3 expansions. Yeah, and I think green, honestly, if he had started to pump right away, and if he had played it a bit more carefully here, I think he could have defended that. He had 4k gold, so... Now he's up to 6k, but... Yeah... Looking really good for Cumulo at the moment, except the lumber. He has 5k, so he should be able to defend this and take back his expansions. And in the south here, like also Donald could drop to 80. He has 4 mines, so it makes a huge difference whether you're on 80 or 100. So definitely something I think he should do. Sorry, I needed to change the sound. But it was a good fight for Cumulo, as it seems, and I totally missed that green is building another main base here in the north. Very nice. But that will take some time. I mean, he has an expansion still, and he has massive, massive bank, or not a massive bank, but he has 6k, so he's fine. But yeah, level 4, level 2 paladin, so also only level 2 mountain king. So I don't think he can take any other fight anytime soon. Until he has a huge army. MK here. 2 medallions of courage, very nice. It's one of the better items for the MK. Eshan, I think he will not be able to defend this, as it seems. He's down to 700 gold, 45 supply, and this is still a very scary 85 supply army. And with a Penna, he has no issue at all to break through these towers. Penna out of mana now. And he will try to rebuild, but That can take a while. And I'm, yeah, really surprised that Donald is not dropping in supply. Like, it's so odd to be on 87 supply for so long. Like, he has so many mines. He's taken another mine even, so there's, like, he's losing so much gold just by staying at 80. And now he's even pushing back up to 100, and I'm... Maybe he wants to finish the game quickly, but honestly at this point I think it would be the better call by him to just stay 80 and finish green. Instead of going 100 and do whatever. I mean, he doesn't really need the 100 to finish green. Let's see if Eshan is going to make it to mass TP. Wow, that was so close. Almost killing the paladin, and the other paladin, yeah, is forced to TP. Yeah. Oh, not a good TP here. And also Archmage may die, so I guess he needs to TP out and will begin harassment. It's getting closer to level 6, so obviously that's a nice... It's a nice, nice skill to stay in the game for a bit longer and just harass. Cumulo just now taking back. Yeah, Cumulo just now taking back the expansions, but he has mass TP, so... Okay, that was an easy kill here. And this time, yeah, TaKLeFu is not... Yeah, start saving on towers. Yeah, okay, it seems Donald is going to help here. And I think if he had stayed on 80, he would be up at 10k at least now. And I think it would be the perfect basis to just kill green, let Eshan die, and then just go straight up against Cumulo. I think that would be the safest bet. Now, he's... Like, it's still a 4-way, and... It might be a good call still, or maybe the second, in my eyes, the second best call still. And we all know Cumulo likes to lose his main base, but that will be interesting. Like, we have one orc who has half of the map, and we have 3 human players who all lost their main bases. And and this is looking pretty grim here. For Cumulo's main base, like human without a castle is pretty defenseless. Yeah, once these farms here die, and I mean, Donald doesn't know, but I think I'd rather kill these farms here in the south. And that was some lazy scouting too by Cumulo earlier. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Ooh, a nice fight breaking out here. 100 against 100. The betting... he's not using the second half of the bets, he's just focusing in on the Archmage. That was a nice kill though. Damn, the Blade Master dealing so much damage just with the 2 class plus 6. But yeah, that was a... that was a very one-sided fight here. And yeah, Donald was prepared to join the casters lounge early, but now he's just killing players left, right, and center. On the other hand, like, he has a long way to go here against against 3 human players with a, yeah, okay, 2 with some gold and 2 with mass TP. That he needs to finish these humans rather quickly. I mean, at least Eshan got to level 6, so... Okay, he has a peasant here. Yeah, they might even need to team him with 3-on-1 rather soonish. Like, Cumulo is down to 22 supply here. Eshan on 46, 87, pretty weak ground supply for TaKLeFu. So yeah, there's no chance they can face him, or just the 2 of them, I guess. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like with some nice breaths of fire. But yeah, in this situation, should be an easy fight here for Donald. Okay, MK dealing a bit of damage. Needs to use heal wave, and he's not using the heal wave on the Blade Master, surprisingly. So that would have helped, certainly. Now he might be forced to TP out here. Okay, never mind. Human TP's out. And Eshan not really scouting. So dropping, like, he has a lot of mines, dropping to 50 now, but I'm not sure he realizes how quickly he got to help. There's not that much left for Cumulo, and if Cumulo is out, I think it will be much more difficult here to face Donald. And again, yeah, I'm still not decided whether I like this. Like, if you roll over all enemies so easily, I don't think you need to stay on 100 supply, especially not if you have 4 expansions. And Orc is very resource reliant, so I think it would be like he could have had an easy win already at this point if he had stayed on 80 and had just like he would have a way bigger bank by now, at least 2 times as big. Yeah, I guess Donald is fine with with Eshan just taking an expo. Getting the sentry wards here. Now the towers are helping a bit, but yeah, on the other hand, he can just attack from the left here. And that's something Eshan sometimes does, like that he's and it's a good call in many cases to not help instantly, but stay on 50 and try to get some gold. It's always difficult to decide though when you're going to help, and if like the 2-3k gold that you can get right now are really going to help you win the game if you're just up against one player eventually. Yeah, it seems Cumulo is about to be defeated. That will take a long time without... I mean, he has some wards, so like that. But without splitting some bets for scouting, he will have a hard time finding these farms. Like, it's so easy to just get some farms up. And... well, these two peasants get scouted though. And he's heavily supply blocked, so he really needs to save these two peasants here. Oh, that's a really bad call. Like, obviously that's his, but that was a really bad, like, not man-it, but the opposite, like. Oh, and it's scouted. It's scouted, so escaping peasants here. Needs to be careful here to not get attacked by the human army. Oh, needs to build something rather quickly. So yeah, we have 3 brackets this season. We have a standard bracket, which this game is in, so players are allowed to play as usual. We have a no chat bracket, which has actually more sign up players than the standard bracket, and we have a rookie bracket, which I'm very happy to see. 12 players that just joined the community recently, and yeah, it's always difficult if you don't have the experience yet. You're pretty chanceless against experienced players, and unlike some other modes where it doesn't really matter, like you just like play a game but you get defeated in the first round, in FFA you still have a high chance of ruining the game by wrong or inexperienced decision making. But if you're in an all rookie game, it's like much more fun, and like no one gets blamed for or you don't get blamed for failures. Green now attacking here at the south, and yeah, that's what I meant earlier. Like now he has the advantage, like army-wise, gold-wise, level-wise, but it's really annoying to deal with all these heroes and the mass TP. And mass TP is about to come in. So, honestly, at this point, blue is 100. Again, not sure that's the right call either. Many players on 100 here for, I think, the wrong reasons maybe. I don't think Eshan needs to be on 100 now. I think 80 would be fine. Obviously, he can't fight. Like, he can't fight him anyways. Like, he doesn't want to fight or shouldn't want to fight with these heroes against these mighty orc heroes. But he needs the gold desperately, and I think it doesn't make a difference now teaming. Yeah, okay. Cumulo is out, so was an interesting ending here for Cumulo, who had the best start, I'd say, and was fighting very well, but yeah, lack of scouting, and then he just didn't see that push coming. And once your castle is down, you have a hard time keeping the rest up. Yeah. And now we will see how good of a decision that was by Eshan to finish Cumulo. Not sold on that decision to finish Cumulo. Yeah, he will go for the mass TP here, I guess. There's no unit though. Oh, and he takes the fight. I think that's a very risky call. There are only the tanks left and his heroes, so that's a bad call in my eyes. Okay, some griffins coming in now, but with the right focus. Don't see him holding this. Avatar now. Oh, dealing a lot of damage on this Blade Master, forcing him to TP, so I was wrong. He was able to defend here. Help. Green is not in a bad spot here. Like, his hero levels are still very underwhelming, but not sure if the Cloak of Flames is worth it. I think you should swap it against some other item. The beauty of playing chat mode against Donald. Was telling us before the game that he was not going to flame, but here we go. So we will have another game tonight, and that's going to start in, let me check. Whoop. That's going to start in half an hour, so unless they wait, this game needs to be over by then, so let's see. Yeah, level 8 Blade Master, level 7 TC and 6 Shadow Hunter, Warsong Battle Drums, Medallion of Courage. So nicely stacked heroes here. Interesting to see scrolls at the top. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that, but maybe it's just random. I think he's clicking them with a mouse anyway, so I would like to see an invul on this Blade Master instead of the healing self on and the cloak, or maybe an invul and a Periapt. Also, this Blade Master was just dying too quickly against the MK, and you really want to utilize his damage. And we have some nice chat going on here. Donald is flaming green for helping Eshan because he thinks Eshan is totally alive, while Eshan is complaining about Donald for overestimating him. I suicide you. Alright. So this could turn into a free win for green real quick if they continue to just go at each other. Like, interesting, he's TPing down here. I mean, I think he could just like lean back, take expansions and watch them kill each other, but on the other hand, I mean, he needs levels, so maybe it's not the worst call to just attack and hope to get some pickoffs. Very chaotic game at this point, and not sure that's in favor of the Orc here. And he lost so much gold. Like at this point, the additional gold would have helped him so much. But yeah, he was 100 all game basically, or that's still. No, he isn't anymore, but it was 100 half game, and it lost him all the gold he needed now to just he needs to be very careful here. He's trying to use Mass TP, but instantly hexed by Donald, and yeah, I think he should TP, like, he's just sacrificing his tanks. Yeah, he's TPing now. Okay, and now green is on blue. Yeah, so I really don't like green's army, but I like what he's doing, like just in general. Not sure that's a fight he wants to take here. Donald not using his casters, like no Bloodlust here, no Spirit Link. Like, is he AFK? What's he doing? Like, there's no Bloodlust. What's he doing? Like, his casters have full mana. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Like, and that was a very interesting fight here. I mean, he could have finished that fight way quicker if he had Bloodlust and I mean, he lost some casters, I guess. That could have been prevented with some Spirit Link, but whatever. Down to 2.5k he is. Eshan on 290 only, so not much gold. So no one has a big bang, obviously, at this point. And yeah, this base is a mess here, but he has a lot of towers, so that could play in his favor.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, it's tricky in this situation with these heroes. It's yeah, there's just not much you can do. Like, you can't really fight. You don't have mass TP. It's much easier for Elf, I think, in this situation, as for human. Like, human without gold and without hero levels is totally useless. I think it's easier for Elf to harass, depending on the heroes, of course, but I think it can be a bit easier.
Player's forces are under attack. A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
And this could take some time still. So there's still some gold out on the map. 500 here, 12k in this one, 6k here, 4k here. So yeah, plenty of gold still. That
Player's forces are under attack.
that can be mined, but I'm not sure if this one will ever be mined. Just too much, like no one will be allowed to take it. And it seems they're going to team green now. Interesting. I like how he says, oh, he tells Donald that he has 3 expos, while he has 3 expos, and Donald has 4. Yeah, 5. About to have 5.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, it makes sense to weaken the towers a bit, but you need to be careful to not weaken him too much. At least Eshan should. Since I think he will be reliant on green to help him at some point. Don't see him having a chance here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, they're on each other again.
A town is under siege.
Ooh, Blade Master. Got another clause of attack, but wow, that was a nice stomp on the paladin. So that's the Archmage, and if he manages to keep the Blade Master alive, maybe Windwalk, yeah, and maybe heal. If he manages to,
A player's forces are under attack.
wow, that's a very important kill here on the paladin. Like, by killing the paladin and surrounding the MK, nice. He is able to stay in here. Yeah. Nice purchase on these tanks. Yeah, I think the only way Donald will lose this is a base race scenario.
A player's forces are under attack.
There's no way he loses against a fight here against green, unless he forgets to use all his spells. But I'd suicide you for your language alone. Does that mean he's like he would do that in Eshan's position, or does it mean he's doing that? Yeah, that's a kind of games we have. Why we have a chat bracket. I don't know if we could force people into no chat bracket. I don't. Maybe we should. I don't know. Like, there's some people where some players where it's fun to see like some sort of chat, or where it even makes sense. Like, not all no chat games are great. In some cases, no chat games turn into free wins because it's no chat, and some players might not be scouting well, despite of the fact that it's no chat, and that's why in general I think a no chat game requires more skill, but it's not necessarily always the better game. Oh, blue losing these peasants hurts.
A player's forces are under attack.
Green getting closer to level 5, but level 6 is what he needs. Oh, and again, he's... yeah. Yeah, I think the right call to TP out here. Totally pointless to fight.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, and Mego mentions in the, or states in the Twitch chat that he doesn't like to, well, people take this too seriously and personal. And I think some players take FFA pretty seriously, maybe too seriously, but also I find it like, if you're used to FFA, I think every player that's experienced in FFA also experiences a lot of insults, and at some point it's not like, there are some insults that are over the top, and it can be tricky for us to draw the line from an admin perspective. And some of the stuff that we saw in this game crossed the line, but not every insult is penalty point worthy. So it's part of FFA that there are some more emotions, and that some of the chat will be used to influence decision making of other players. So and there's a fine line between diplomacy and like flaming or insults, because in some cases insults can be used in a, like, if you intentionally try to, like, just because someone insults someone doesn't necessarily mean he's like super angry in front of his screen. Can just be used to like get off your anger or signal. Like, in some cases players will stop attacking you if you insult them. In some cases they will attack you even more, but I think it's also like, it's still a game, and it's the insults are sometimes used within the context of the game, and most of the time, not always, most of the time, players, like, once a new game begins with the same player, they don't hold grudges. Like, in some cases they do, but usually it's not wise to do that. Like, if you try hard every game, it's still, yeah, I think it's part of, it can be part of FFA. At least I was very skeptical about the insult stuff in the beginning, but it doesn't bother me anymore at this point, and it's, yeah, I think it can be fun at times. And sometimes I don't even read chat, so. Blue managed to get to 665. Nice levels, but yeah. I mean, he's on 50 supply for a long time now, so impressive that he got back up to 6k gold, but I don't see him getting back an army here. And purple will lose peons and bestiaries here, and actually I'm not even sure he has any further peons out on the map. He's losing this one. Yeah. These were his last peons. So he has the burrows or the supply to get new ones, but I think he should do that rather quickly. It will be interesting to see if Donald loses his main base here, and looks like it. I'm not sure if he's going to TP here. He has no TP. Okay, so he's not going to... Oh, he has a TP. Never mind. So I guess he will TP and try to defend. But I'm not even sure... Yeah. Oh, this is the last peon. And it survives. Nice blizzard here. Wow, but the Archmage just vanishes within seconds. Scary MK here though, and Green's Griffins in combination with Blue's heroes are dealing quite some damage. Like, it might be it for Donald actually, depending on the hero C skill. And maybe it's not looking too bad for Eshan after all. Like, he has some buildings and he has most gold here. And okay, it seems Donald is he holding this? I don't know. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Eshan losing his paladin. So, crazy fight here. That was a very fun fight. And Donald down to 36 supply, and without the Blade Master, and Blade Master is so squishy without parry-ups, like against 2 MKs. You can't keep him alive. Ooh, and that's going to be the SH needs to use the potion. Wow. Could have used the potion to heal himself, but he did not, so if Green goes for the altar now, I think it's... Will he revive the... Well, yeah, okay, he's reviving both heroes to defend now. And this MK is toast. Yeah, Green down to 112 gold and 1 hero. So he is reviving his Archmage, and I guess if he sells enough items, he will be able to get his Paladin back. But actually, I think... Ooh. Yeah, this is a nice farm. Like we have, while in TBR, we try to restrict all islands. In this season I want to try, yeah, I think prohibiting islands is not the worst call. I think it made sense, but I wanted to try with the 1 building per island rule, because I feel kind of sad to get rid of islands entirely. I think it's part of FML to or a sign of the creativity that there are these secret islands that you can build on, and that's why we have the maximum 1 building per island rule this season, which I think is nice. Like, I think 1 building per island is, in my eyes, was never an issue really. I think it was only an issue when someone built mass towers on islands, and that was a challenge then. But 1 building per island, I guess it's fine. That was a bad mess TP here. stuck behind his own farms. Is there a peon left actually, or was the one dying the last one that he had? No, okay, there's the last one. Yeah, but he will be revealed in a bit here. So will be very interesting here, because I think with the gold he has and his base race experience, Eshan in the best spot here all of a sudden. Depending how quickly they can kill him. Ooh, and he's not going to get another building in time, is he? Is he? But where?
A player's forces are under attack.
Lol. The scout tower. Did he find that one? Interesting. I mean, griffins are here, so... Yeah, that's his last building. So, interesting here. Okay, so that's... That one's dead here. But he needs to get away. That was a nice feta stomp. And... Yeah, will be like, it's pretty obvious now. With his army in front of it, this is his last, so... Wow, the MK got up to level 7. Since the Archmage died so quickly, and the Paladin too, that the MK got all this experience from, I think, the level 8 Blade Master kill, or level 9 Blade Master kill down here, and all these units. Ooh.
A player's forces are under attack.
This time he's seems a bit more revealed here. Yeah, and there's no way. I mean, he has griffins, so I guess, yeah, he can kill these islands. But I mean, Donald is revealed, so should be rather easy. I mean, with a black map, I think, like, you can see it. Like, you can see the edges here, so if you turn your map black, and if you turn the colors, you can't go team colors, never mind, but I think especially with the red color, if you activate team colors, you should be able to see it. Yeah, a lot of buildings here for Eshan, so I think he has this in his pocket, unless he does a very strange mistake. Bit surprised he's not scouting more. I think he could scout way more. Now he is. Let's see if this gyro is going to do the job here. The scout is getting closer, and yeah, now he has it. Yeah, he found it. Yeah, he should just finish it, I think, at this point. But on the other hand, he doesn't know for sure that green is out of gold. So he wants to get an army out first, like a larger army here. I was telling the others that this game was about to end, expecting Eshan to kill this tower, but it seems he's not so, like, or wants to play it safe, and I guess it makes sense in his position. I mean, he sees that, like, he's the only one mining. He knows. Yeah. GG. Yeah, okay, he's... That's it for him. So... So let's see. Yeah, just for the sake of it, since the other game was about to, or was supposed to start 5 minutes ago, I just hope that this is going to be a quick one. Eshan should take his units for a walk now. And yeah, seems he's doing that.
A player's forces are under attack.
So yeah, this is the last fight here between green and blue. I hope. I mean, there's really not much he can do with a level 5 Archmage. If he had level 6, obviously it's a whole different story. But just level 5. Where's the paladin here? I can't see it. Ah, there it is. Yeah, that's GG. Very nice. So obviously I hope for TaKLeFu to stand a chance here, or to be strong enough for a fight, but eventually I want to cast the second game too, and that allows me to do that. So I appreciate that he went for that fight, but yeah, Eshan played it safely, and Donald just, yeah, was tricky situation for him. GG, congrats Eshan. This was the third game of the season, and let me quickly install. Download the replay into the new shitty replay folder. I don't get why they don't just use the